All right. So this is what we were working on yesterday. Now today we're going to work on our divide base by 2 and how to get our average. So I have my D2 selected. So I am going to go up into my formula bar, hit equal, and go to my base by clicking on it, use my backslash up on my number pad, and enter 2, and hit enter on my keyboard. I'm going to do this again. Equal 5 divided by 2, and enter, and we're going to continue down all the way. So now we're going to total each of these. So I'm going to take 57, or we'll call that B3, down to B17. And because equal on here, we can't have an equal symbol since that starts off all of our formulas. They've used the Greek letter, and we have sum. So if I just click on the button, it will give me the total. We're going to click on these, click on auto sum. Okay, so now we're going to get the average by clicking B3 over to D3. We're not including the base number. We're just trying to find the average. So we're going to click on the drop down arrow next to auto sum, and we're going to find the word average. And that's going to give us the average of these 3 numbers. And we're going to continue that all the way down. Okay, now we're going to total these as we did the others by just clicking on auto sum. All right, as this is coming through bold, I would like to bold everything here. So I'm going to select it and choose bold. I'm going to make sure that my numbers here are centered, which yes they are. And let's change the color to purple. All right, now let's take this totals down here where all my totals are landing. We're going to choose a lighter, excuse me, in the paint bucket, a lighter blue. All right, so next what we're going to do is play with our borders. So I am going to grab just 17 through E and A3. So we've got just our numbers here. And right up here, you're going to see this little window pane, and if you click the drop down, you have all these options. Well, if you go even further down, you have more borders. And more borders can be kind of fun. I like to do the dotted lines. You can change its color. You can change the thickness. Now, if you just click OK, nothing's going to happen. So we need to make sure that when we have our dotted line and green, that we change these. Now you can click on them individually, or you can do the inside and the outside, and now they're all chosen, and click OK. And now you have little green dots everywhere. Let's say I want this guy to look different because it is the totals. So I'm going to do a dual line and maybe do red on that. And I'm going to go inside and outside. So now that's red. And let's see, I'll do this one purple. Why not? More borders. We're going to do, oh, I had already tried to do this, but let's do it purple this time. Inside and outside, click OK. So I've got purple, green, and red. What's nice too is you can actually signal, let's see, I want 42, and for some reason I want to cross out that number. So I'm going to go to my more borders, and over here I'm going to choose red, and I'm going to want a nice thick line, and I'm going to choose to go sideways. So you've got your diagonals here, it crosses it out, and it's only going to apply to that one that you chose. Okay. So we're going to play with that a little bit in class. Next, we are going to grab all of our numbers, so all the way from base number all the way down to the final total on average, and select it all. And we are going to go to Insert. And in Insert, you are going to find Charts. So we're going to click on this chart. We're going to use the 3D columns. We're going to use that very first one here, and it's going to land right on here. And I'm going to move it up so that you can see what we're working with. Now within charts, we have this plus symbol over here, and the plus symbol tells us all the things that we're going to be looking at. So it adds a bunch of just data everywhere, and honestly it gets to be a little overwhelming, so I like to take off all the extra numbers everywhere. Okay, so this looks good to me. We're going to keep that. Now you have the option of using their styles, these different backgrounds. You've got different color schemes. These are actual color schemes that they have for you, and really that's if you don't want to choose. What we're going to do is we're going to choose our own color scheme. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and yep, whatever you guys want, you betcha. Okay, so as you can see, the add to base is in green, the multiply base by 3 is blue, divide base by 2 is yellow, and averages are in a darker green. So since I can see this better, since it's so tall, I'm going to click on it. And you'll notice when I click on this, all the little blue ones are going to be selected as well. So click, and now they're all selected. So what I can do, I don't want to do that. I want to go home, and I'm going to choose my bucket, and I love our Doral teal, so I'm going to go with teal, and maybe this green over here I'm going to go with let's see, we'll do a darker blue, and then yellow. I think I'm going to make my yellows purple, and I'm going to actually do this lighter green in black. You can also make this bigger if you would like. Now, what you can also do with these, I'm going to choose this teal, is you can change it to, we go to more colors. We've got custom and standard. Okay. We can go to format, and in format, when you do shape fill, you have the option for gradient. Well, obviously we have all these gradients, but I like to go to more. I'm going to go to more, click gradient again, and remember these little picket fences that we've used before. I can do yellow, and we'll do that next color in teal, and the next color in, what color am I going to use yet? Orange. I'm going to delete that last one because I don't need it. All right, so now I've got a rather cool looking bar here. Okay, so you can make them ombre, you can do all kinds of fun stuff with them. You need to click into the chart title to be able to change it. So, Excel practice. And that's about it we're going to work on today. Tomorrow we'll be working with this a little bit more. If you had a hard time getting this to come up, it's only because sometimes we don't select all the numbers that are required, and that's when you run into problems creating your chart here. So that's what we've got today. I'm going to have everybody turn this in, so make sure that you turn it to the Google assignment so that I can grade them. And really what I'm looking for is I'll be going over to the side here and I'll be entering a different number like 2. And I need to make sure that all of these numbers changed each time I hit in a new number. Okay, so that's why my numbers are probably a little different than yours, because I go through and I change them as I go. So you'll see that the chart over here changes as I input numbers. So please do make sure that you are actually using the formulas and just plugging in the numbers, because I'm going to be grading it on how you used your borders, if you inserted a chart, changed the colors, and actually use my formulas. Okay, so just turn it in. This is due Thursday by end of school day.